If you are an independent contractor or a freelancer, or maybe you hire them in your business, you want to be very familiar with IRS Form 1099 NEC. Form 1099 NEC is required by the IRS to report payments made to non-employees, including freelancers, independent contractors, and sole proprietors who provided a service to you during the tax year. In this video, I will walk you through everything that you need to know about issuing a 1099 NEC. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss my future videos. What is Form 1099 NEC? Form 1099 NEC is part of the 1099 series of information returns. You may have heard of 1099-B for broker-dealers, 1099 miscellaneous that is used to report typically interest and income earned as well as other payments, and 1099-G for payments received from the government such as unemployment. By the way, I have already uploaded a video on 1099 miscellaneous and you will find the link to it in the video description below. NEC stands for non-employee compensation. The IRS requires business owners to report payments to non-employees, those who are not your W-2 employees, that is, on Form 1099 NEC. Previously, a couple of years ago, the IRS required this to be reported on Form 1099 miscellaneous, but now we have a separate form for reporting non-employee compensation specifically. Which brings us to the next question, to the next section. What exactly is non-employee compensation? Non-employee compensation is any payment to an independent contractor or a freelancer who performs a service for your business or from whom you purchase a product. This payment can include fees, it can include commissions, prizes, awards, and other forms of compensation. As long as you compensate them for something that you received in return in the normal course of your business using the IRS terminology, the tax law requires you to report 100% of that payment on Form 1099 NEC. These types of payments are treated differently by the IRS than regular payroll. When you hire an independent contractor or a freelancer, you're not responsible for withholding income taxes. So Social Security or Medicare taxes from their compensation are not going to be withheld. Your contractor, on the other hand, is responsible for paying those taxes out of their own income. Income taxes are their own responsibility, not yours. This is part of the employer-employee relationship that simply does not exist between you and a contractor, between you and a freelancer. So when do you need to file 1099 NEC? As a small business owner, the IRS requires you to file a 1099 NEC for each independent contractor if the following conditions are met. Here's the list that you should be familiar with. The payment was made to someone who is not your W-2 employee. The payment was made for services in the course of your trade or business. You paid an individual single-member LLC a partnership or LLC that is taxed as a partnership. So this is where you need to know what type of business entity they operate under. And the fourth requirement is that the payments totaled $600 or more during the tax year. Now that we covered when you're required to file Form 1099 NEC, I want you to know that there are exceptions to these rules. There are always exceptions, so let's cover those next. You don't have to file a 1099 NEC for payments to corporations or LLCs that are taxed as corporations. And you don't need to complete a 1099 NEC for payments made by credit card or debit card or via a third-party payment processor like PayPal or Stripe. Payments made via these methods are included on the Form 1099-K that is issued by the payment processor and sent directly to the Internal Revenue Service. The next step I want to talk to you about is how to file and when. A 1099 NEC consists of 5 copies. You're going to send copy B of Form 1099 to payees by January the 31st, and you will file copy A with the IRS by March 1st. The deadline will move to March the 31st if you file the form electronically. If your state requires it, copy 1 is for them, so you will file it with the state tax department. By the way, if any of those dates fall on a weekend or a holiday, the filing deadline shifts to the next business day. What happens if you miss these deadlines? Is there a penalty? Yes, the IRS usually has penalties for every instance of missing their deadlines. Filing 1099s is no exception, unfortunately. For small businesses that miss the due date, the penalty varies from $50 to $270 per form, per single form, last time I checked, and of course it may change slightly from year to year. The IRS caps those penalties, and this will sound very, very scary. The cap is above $1 million for seriously delinquent forms. So just mark the due dates on your calendar and get it out of the way as soon as you can. How to file Form 1099 NEC. Completing this form is really straightforward. You just need the following information. In box 1, enter your business information, including your business name, street address, telephone number, and taxpayer ID. In box 2, you will enter the payee's ID information, including their name, mailing address, and taxpayer ID number. There's also a box for an account number if you have multiple accounts for the payee. Enter the amount of non-employee compensation that is paid during the tax year. Box 4, federal income tax withheld, which is usually 0 unless you are required to follow backup withholding rules for the worker. Box 5 is for state-specific information, such as any state income tax that you withheld, the worker's state identification number, and the amount of non-employee compensation applicable to this state. Here's a quick tip. The IRS does have this form in a PDF format on their website, but the IRS requires a scannable copy A, which means that we can't just download the form off of their website, fill it out, and mail it in. There are 2 ways that you can handle this process. You can place an order for official IRS information returns, including a scannable copy A for the IRS. The second option you may choose to use is file this form electronically online for free. I will link it below for you too. If you paper file forms that you order directly from the IRS, you will also need to include Form 1096. Form 1096 is essentially a cover sheet for submitting information returns to the IRS. If you e-file your 1099 forms, you don't need to worry about attaching Form 1096, by the way. The sponsor of today's video is Incfile. Incfile is truly a great company. I've been partnering with them for years. Incfile will help you register your LLC, your partnership, or any other business entity that you choose for your business. It takes about 15 minutes. Incfile is one of the most affordable online incorporation services. It is extremely reliable, and they do offer a variety of really great features that are really useful when you start a business. Today, I'm happy to share a great offer with my subscribers. Use the Incfile link that I shared in the description below to register your LLC, and you will receive an entire year of registered agent service for free, completely free of charge. I think it is a great value, and if you have any questions about how Incfile works, let me know in the comments below. I will be happy to point you in the right direction. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on video notifications. These simple things really help support me here on YouTube and are very much appreciated. And I will see you in my new one. Bye for now.